Hi everybody, it's Alethea. Thank you for joining my YouTube channel, and thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Steak is one of my favorite things to cook, but we all get in a rut when we have steak a lot. So tonight I'm making a chuck steak. So we're going to clean it and then season it up, and then we're going to put it in the oven. So I got myself a chuck steak here. When's the last time you seen a chuck steak, right? So I thought this would be nice for tonight. So we're gonna just open it up, take it out of the package. So easy, it's nothing to it. So of course you wanna wash your meat before you cook anything. You wanna make sure it's clean. So I'm just washing it. Going to turn it over. You want to wash both sides. Let the water drip off. And then I have a disposable pan here that we're going to cook it in. And we're also going to season the meat here as well. So anytime you touching raw meat, you want to wash your hands, of course. With hot soap and water. Okay, we got our hands all clean. Okay. What do y'all like to put on your steak? I've got some pepper here that I like to put on my steak. Ground black pepper. I like to use garlic. Garlic powder. Also onion powder, some paprika, and some all-purpose seasoning. We want to flip our steaks so that we can season both sides. You want to have both sides seasoned. So again, we're going to just season with the same seasons that we used on the other side. Tell me guys, what you guys like to use on your steaks. What seasonings do you like? Sometimes I'll use Sazon. Sometimes I'll use salt and pepper and just onion powder. It really depends on the day. I mean, I switch up a lot. So, but for today, I'm using just a few seasonings. But I think that it's going to taste good regardless. So you use the seasonings that you like. These are the ones that I like. So use the ones that you like. And some onion powder, that's the last thing. So the other thing I like to do is we have an onion here. We're going to chop some onions. And we'll put onions in our steak as well. Just take off the brown paper. And then we'll just chop. I think we're going to just chop half of this onion. And that should be enough for this steak. The other half of the onion, you can use it for something else. You can use it to make some potatoes or some home fries if you like. It'd be delicious with home fries. Love home fries. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the morning. So here we're going to just take off the core. We are going to just chop the onions. And chop them a little bit more. Just chopping our onions here so that they can go in with the steak. They don't have to be fine, guys, because they are going to cook up with the steak in the oven. This chuck steak is going to go in the oven, so you don't have to chop them very, very fine. Just medium dice is fine, as long as they're not in big chunks. Big chunks is not the way to go for this recipe, so I would say a medium dice would be fine for this recipe. So we have the onions here, they're all chopped. We're going to just take a nice handful of onions and just put them in there with the steak as such. And then the last thing we're going to do is make sure our steak is all the way down in the pan. And then we're going to add some water to the pan. About a cup of water in your pan with the steak. You want to put it on the side and not over the steak, because if you put it over the steak, you're going to be taking the season off that you just put on. And you don't want to do that. So add some water on the side of the pan. And I'm using water here, but if you wanted to impart more flavor with your steak, you can use beef broth here. If you have beef bouillon, that would work as well. I so happen to not have any of those in the house, so I'm just using plain water, and that works just as well. So now that we've got the steak seasoned, we've got it in the pan, we've added our onions. I'm going to add some herbs. Just give me 1 minute. I have some parsley here. Any herbs that you have in your house would work in this recipe. You could use rosemary, you could use thyme, you could use a combination if you wanted to. So any of those would work. I'm just using parsley because that's what I have. So this is going to cook at 375 for about, I would say, try an hour and 15 minutes. And what you want to do is check it until it's tender on both sides. And if it's not, give it another 15 to 20 minutes until you like the doneness and that it's fork tender. So the last thing we're going to do before we're ready to put this steak in the oven is cover it with aluminum foil. And it's going to go in the oven just like that. I'm just going to put this in the oven, guys. Once the steak is halfway done, I will be back and let you guys get a look of the final steak. All right, I'll be right back. Okay guys, the steak is still cooking, so to go with our steak, we're going to make some Brussels sprouts. So I have some Brussels sprouts here, and we're going to just chop them in half, and then we'll put them in some water because I'm going to be steaming these particular Brussels sprouts. Some people like to roast their Brussels sprouts. They're also delicious that way. It's really up to you how you would like to have your Brussels sprouts tonight. I'm just going to steam them and just put some butter and salt and pepper on them. So make them the way that you like. Now remember, when you are making Brussels sprouts, there's a little woody in there at the end. So I like to just cut that off so that we're not eating that when it's time to eat. So, and then I just slice them in half, and that's what they look like when you slice them in half. So you want to just, again, take off the woody end and then slice in half. Once you're cutting these, sometimes you'll lose some of the leaves, but in order to prevent that, I just hold on tight to them so that none of the leaves are wasted. So these will cook in about 20 to 30 minutes. I like to cook these until they get pretty tender. That's how I like to eat my Brussels sprouts. You guys let me know how you like to eat your Brussels sprouts. Do you like them to be a little bit firmer? Do you like to cook them all the way through? Do you like them tender, crispy? It really is, it depends on what you like and how you like to eat them. Cook them as much or as little as you like. And so now that we've chopped all of our Brussels sprouts and taken all the stem ends off, we're going to just add a little water to the Brussels sprouts to steam. And I'm adding about a half a cup of water to these Brussels sprouts. And you want to bring them to a boil and let them cook until they're fork tender. And once they're fork tender, you want to drain them, drain off all the water, add your butter and your salt and pepper. Okay guys, so we're going to continue cooking. We're going to wait for this steak to be done and the Brussels sprouts, and once they're done, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, be right back. Okay guys, we have the Brussels sprouts on, and we're going to let them cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Hey guys, so we are back. We're going to be checking our Brussels sprouts and making sure they are finished. So you want to just check them and make sure that they're tender. You can use fork and make sure that they are tender. And these have been cooking for about 15 minutes. So we've added some salt and pepper, and now we're going to add some Land O'Lakes butter. This butter is unsalted, so you guys can add the type of butter that you like and just stir it in. And once that's all stirred in, you want to add some salt and pepper. So we have some salt, and some fresh ground pepper. And you want to season to your taste. I love ground black pepper. So you guys just want to use how much you like. So guys, the steak is still cooking. And once the steak is done, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And to keep the vegetables warm, you want to just cover it until you're ready to have your dinner. Be right back, guys. Hey y'all, so we are back and the steak is done. This is what the final part of the chuck steak looks like. And we are getting ready to tear into it, y'all. This looks so good. I can't wait to eat. Let me just show you guys the Brussels sprouts. These are the Brussels sprouts. Again, I cooked these for about 15 to 20 minutes. I boiled them down and let them steam a little bit. Then I drained it and I added some butter. And then I put a little bit of salt and pepper, and they are done. So we are just about to eat, my family and I. And I thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and share my video. So let's give this steak a try. So good. So delicious. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.